Yeah.
I want to speed through this story here, and
appreciate
then
that.
maybe we'll dig into the story a little. This next one a little bit more with Joe Budden and Tahiry. Okay,
You see?
yeah, that kind of sparked off of this Diddy shit, right? Because Joe gave his commentary on Diddy, and everybody was waiting for it. At one point, they took it out of their episode when the apology first happened. They pulled their commentary off of the episode. And then he came back the next week,
and then
he went in.
But you
right?
said they left the timestamp, right?
There was a timestamp that was left in. I don't know why they left it in, if that was like an Easter egg or it was a mistake. I don't know what happened there. Okay. But the next week, they followed up. They came through. They gave their commentary, the whole podcast. Salute to the Joe Budden podcast. I'm a loyal listener.
Me too.
Right?
Me too.
So Joe went off. He denounced Diddy. But when it comes to Joe Budden denouncing DD, it always comes back up where his former allegations start coming out. You know what I'm saying? With Tahiry, Esther Baxter. Like, it's always been a point of contention when it comes to Joe Budden, right? Like, he's walked off of interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's Saturday when we film. For a lot of people who, I guess, they've been used to, like, we film on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I usually listen to Joe Budden on the way here. There is no Joe Budden podcast today.
No, he was going on a break though. He
Did
said
they
he's
say
going
that?
from like a week ago. I heard him say he's going on something to do something. He's going to see Tank.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure.
No, because I listened to a lot of pods, so I might have,
you missed that,
or I heard it and then it just got lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
but
it went over your head.
Yes, thank you. Okay, I'll take back the. I don't know if I can do a reverse of it. Okay, so he already said he's not going to be here.
Ish too. Ish has gone to see Tank with him.
Right? Okay.
Salute to Ish. Salute to Joe Budden. I wish I could roll with y'all niggas. You know what I mean? Like,
no, because it's just strange timing. You know what I mean? Like, Tahiry was on his neck back, bro, and he responded.
Yeah, because she wants some limelight.
I don't, like I said, we don't have time to really dig deep in it.
Yeah.
But like,
why not?
It just,
we can dig in.
Oh yeah,
Pause,
okay.
Yeah.
Pause. Should Joe Budden be talking about this?
No.
Because it keeps on every time he does talk about it.
No.
They pop out the woodwork.
I kind of say yes, but go ahead.
Unless he's admitting to his mistakes, like Flip.
Exactly.
Flip. I could tell Flip a real nigga, right? He been through his ups and downs with women. You know what I'm saying? He got kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He in the trenches. He woke up mornings and his bitch is wilding, and he got a wild too. You know what I mean? He sweat, everything going down. It's a whole episode. You know what I mean? And by the end of the night, everybody having sex. It's like one of those ones. You know what I'm saying? Or you got kicked out of your girl's house. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
And he is explaining like he went through that. And that's what and I'm like, like every man has. I got baby moms. I've been through that. You know what I mean? You get into it gets crazy. So when I talk on that stuff, I'm speaking from experience and knowing like, yeah, I could have been that way and I've changed. You get what I'm saying? So if Joe Budden is being like, yo, yeah, back in the day, I may have had to shake up a 1-2 here and there, feathers. Yeah. But I've learned now that I got all this. Now that I got all this money, my infidelities are over with. I wake up feeling good, smelling good. You know how we do, JPD podcast, blah blah blah. Yeah, he could admit that way.
Yeah,
I can say, yo, you can speak on this any time of the day you want because you're not doing that now.
Yeah,
and you've been through it to know men go through that. So you're giving advice to another man. Then per se kicking his back in when he's down, knowing that you've been through that. You've probably seen your mama and your daddy go through that, and you've seen your auntie and your uncle go through that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So everybody's a hypocrite.
It's tough because, and you go first because I have an opinion on this guy, Joe.
I think if he's able to acknowledge his mistakes, like you were saying, then I think it gives him every right to speak on it. Because it's kind of like, say I was a former drug addict and I'm telling people not to do drugs. And they're like, what? You used to do these. It's like, no, that's why I'm like, I know the dangers of this, right?
Yeah.
So that insider information from experience, like you were saying, like, I don't think that disqualifies you from talking about it.
No.
But like, also like the way he kind of got it to Tahiry was like, he started kind of insulting her a little bit.
He went a bit,
which would show anybody else looking through the window like, look, that's all I had to do to get him going.
It just sounded guilty too, right? And it's like you start victim blaming.
Best response would have been no response.
Or like a DM, maybe like DMing her.
Don't
like,
even do that because that's even DV.
Yeah, well,
that's even DV.
Or she could take those.
If she is a victim of it and always is victimized by it, you even raising your voice at this person is DV.
Interesting, but he did say like it wasn't an issue. It wasn't an issue when you saw me here. It wasn't an issue when you invited me to your new apartment. So it's like it's very nuanced. Like you can't just be like it's not black and white, you know.
Well, the thing is, in that thing, he's not saying I didn't. He's saying whatever happened, we were still hanging out after.
Yeah, he said you're a gold digger,
and most women do that.
Yeah,
they'll tell someone they're scared of you.
Yeah, but like him saying that doesn't take away the fact. Like and listen, I mess with Joe Budden heavy.
So do I.
But I've watched him when those things come up in interviews, and he's become super uncomfortable. And it's something that's been in his past now. You know what I'm saying? But it's obviously not in his past because it still comes up. He still has the people who feel a way about him. Like we haven't this is Tahiry talking, right? But there was the whole Esther Baxter story with him sitting on her stomach when she was pregnant and Ray Tay. And that was like never completely like confirmed. Did it not happen? Right? And this is part of the whole Joe Buddenism because Joe, where people get mad at him, is his way of his explanations. You know what I mean? The people are saying he's a gaslighter, all these different things, right? He's manipulative in the way that he explains to people, and it makes you feel crazy.
It's his way or no way.
It's just that like we're not getting clear cut yes no answers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's never been that. So I don't know. I'm not here to kick his back in. I seen that story pop up, and I was like, damn, Joe.
I knew it was gonna come up, right? When, as soon as he did, I go, bro, why are you talking? That Tahiry's gonna come out the woodworks now. You know what I'm saying?
This is now with Diddy. Somebody else goes crazy and gets into a DV incident, and he has to talk about it because he has the biggest hip hop podcast out there. You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna happen again. So like to prevent this from happening again, we need definite answers, even if it's not the answer that we want to hear. That's what I'm saying.
From who? From Joe?
From Joe.
Joe we don't deserve no answer from him because he's not in allegations now. Like he's just being, he's done it. If he's done it, we can figure that out. We're smart enough to know that Friday.
Well, that's the thing. Why do we have to figure it out?
No, because we're in a cancel culture right now. So why would I go and give it up?
It's just
it'll be on the headlines like Joe Budden admits
that he beat the crap out of his ex-girl, and he's not even with her. He's gonna mess up his real thing that's going on now. Mess up his bag that's really going on now over some past thing like that's in his past.
Yeah, but he's always has a landmine that's going to be there every time he speaks on somebody who's dealing with a domestic issue.
Well, until he says he's been through it before, he doesn't have to say with who.
Well, we need basically a clear him saying this is what's not maybe what's happened, but like this is what my answer to this is with my own personal shit. So that now when he moves on, nobody can say anything to him again. Nobody can pop out the woodworks and be like, revert back to this time where I spoke about this for real, finally. You know what I'm saying? Because all the interviews and all those different times, it was even on his own pod, it was never given a clear yes or no, didn't do it or whatever, or this is how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
Like Joe Budden's attitude, you know, he probably back in the day when he was on his pills and you know what I mean? He probably slap up a couple bitches before. Who knows, right? Like it's just for him. If you have sons now, you're a grown man, you're gonna probably be a grandfather in a couple years. That's where you have to confront it and be like, listen, to my sons, even like I used to be this way, but I'm not like this. If you're smart, because we got money now. Never do this. Never do this. If a woman is calling you every name in the book and always remember you got more money than her. Leave and get the hell out of there. Don't move none of these women into your crib right away if you don't know them more than 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like move smarter. Yeah. You know, that's what he should be doing. If anything, giving more men advice on that. And you do not have to admit what you've done to anybody. You can just give them off of experience what you've gone through.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for him to be like, yeah, I beat the crap out of Tahiry. Like, I'm not looking for that.
Yeah, I'm not looking for that neither, but I just need him to give something clear where now he doesn't have to worry about it moving forward.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously it's gonna happen again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But let's move on here. I got Drake here.
We love hip hop.